Monday, November 20th, 2023 meeting of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. We've got several items on the agenda, and first we are going to, hey folks, thank you. Got several items on the agenda, but first I want to acknowledge our public comment period. I do not believe that we had anyone sign up for the public comment period, but is there anyone out in the gallery who wishes to make a public comment before this committee? Seeing none, that concludes our public comment period. First item on our agenda. Apologies. First item on our agenda is RS 2023-119 by Porterfield and Parker. This accepts a donation from GS Rivergates Apartments LLC in the amount of $50,000 as a contribution towards infrastructure improvements in the vicinity of 110 One Mile Parkway. Do we have a motion on RS 2023-119? Second. Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion on this one? Seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any not voting? Thank you. Next item is RS 2023-120 by Coupin, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes Urban Music City Owner LLC to construct and install an aerial encroachment at 127 Rosa L. Parks Boulevard. Proposal number 2023 M016EN001. Do we have a motion on this one? Moved and seconded. Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion on RS 2023-120? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? Any not voting? Thank you. Next, we have RS 2023-121 by Porterfield and Parker. This approves an agreement between the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County and the City of Belmead, the City of Brentwood, the City of Goodlettsville, the City of Laverne, the City of Millersville, the City of Ridgetop, and the White House Utility District for the selection of a rate consultant in wholesale contracts. Do we have a motion? Moved and seconded. Any discussion, questions about this one? Seeing none, I expect there'll be some discussion in the Budget Committee about that. All those in favor of RS 2023-121, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? All right, we recommend approval. Okay. Okay. Moving on to bills on second reading. First, we have BL 2023-70 by Coupin, Evans, and Huffman. This amends Section 13.08.040 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws relating to the offering of merchandise for sale on or near public property. Go to the sponsor and committee member Coupin for a motion. Oh, apologies.
Thank you, Chair. So I would move approval first, I believe, yes?
Sure. Yes. Moved and properly seconded. We did have something that was brought to our attention up here. Staff, do you guys want to offer an explanation of what we found, or?
Yes, so after another review of the legislation, it looks like there might be an additional inconsistency that needs some discussion with the legal department before we can make a recommendation on whether or not it needs to be further amended. And I would recommend deferral so that we have that opportunity. It would be a second deferral of the legislation, and it would come back on second reading and offer us the opportunity to provide an additional amendment. Whereas if it were to pass tonight and move to third reading, it would, we would have to go through the suspension of the rules process,
So if I may offer additional explanation, the existing code, it has definitions for for public property. It also has a definition of public right-of-way, and the definition of public property specifically excludes the public right-of-way, so our sidewalks and streets. The code that's in there today that this bill would amend only refers to public property, and then the definitions thereby exclude the public right-of-way. So As I understand, the intent of the legislation is to address some issues that are happening in the public right-of-way. I would concur with the recommendation of staff to defer. Again, I apologize, but I will go to the sponsor for further question or explanation or move or motion.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Absolutely.
Is this separate from what I discussed with Ms. Zeitlin about, this is a separate piece of it? Okay, so if I understand correctly, it's saying that this is talking about public property, which would not apply to the right-of-way.
It needs to be, can I respond?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It needs to be reviewed further by the legal department, and because we believe the intent, obviously, was to apply to the right-of-way and public property, so.
Okay, then I would support a deferral to do that. So I'd move for a deferral.
Thank you. Does the sponsor and council believe a one meeting deferral will be sufficient for that review to take place?
Yes.
All right. One meeting?
Can I make sure that there's no other issues or questions on the bill before we do that? Or
Absolutely. So we've got one meeting deferral on the table. I think I saw that seconded. Before we vote on that, are there any other discussion, questions, comments, concerns about the legislation? I'm seeing none.
perfect.
All right, so we're voting on a one meeting deferral of BL 2023-70. All members in favor of a one meeting deferral, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? All right, we recommend the one meeting deferral. All right, up next, we have BL 2023-78 by Parker. This corrects a typographical error in section 15.60.175 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws. Do we have a motion? Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion, questions on this one? All right, all those in favor of BL 2023-78, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? Recommend approval. All right, next we have BL 2023-82 by Coop and Gamble and Parker. This authorizes Auto Nashville Hotel LLC to construct and install underground and aerial encroachments at 127 8th Avenue South, proposal number 2023 M-012-EN-001. Do we have a motion on this? Properly moved. Do we have a seconded? Thank you. Any questions, discussions about 2023-83? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? Thank you. Recommend approval. All right, up next, I apologize, that was 82. Did I get the number right on that? I said. That previous bill was BL 2023-82. I think at one point I might have said 83, but that was the authorizes Auto Nashville Hotel LLC to construct and install underground and aerial encroachments at 127 8th Avenue South. Moving on to BL 2023-83 by Coop and Porterfield and Parker. This approves an agreement between the Metropolitan Government and PRIISH Peabody Union Apartments owner LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, concerning the use of a parking facility by employees and visitors to the district energy system generating plant. Do we have a motion on 2023-83? Moved and seconded. Thank y'all. Any discussion or questions about this one? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? All right, recommend approval. Up next, we have BL 2023-84 by Lee, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public sanitary sewer main and sanitary sewer manholes for properties located at 13345 and 13371 Old Hickory Boulevard, MWS project number 22SL296, and proposal number 2023M153ES001. Do we have a motion on 2023-84? Moved and seconded. Thank you. Any discussion, questions on this one? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? Thank you. All right, up next, we have BL 2023-85 by Johnston, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government in Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public water main, fire hydrant assembly, sanitary sewer manhole, vertical relocation of an existing public sanitary sewer manhole, and easements for two properties located at 2526 and 2528 8th Avenue South, also known as the 8th. MWS project number 23WL21 and 23SL43, and proposal number 2023M144ES001. Do we have a motion on 2023 moved and seconded? Thank y'all. Any discussion or questions on that item? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any against? Any not voting? Thank you. Recommend approval. Up next is BL 2023-86 by Welsh, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public sanitary sewer manhole for property located at 2215 H.M. Foster Avenue, also known as Woodbine Village Townhomes. MWS project number 23SL77 and proposal number 2023M148ES-001. Do we have a motion on this one? Properly moved and seconded. Thank you. Any discussion or questions on this one? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? You recommend approval. All right. BL 2023 is our next item is BL 2023-87 by Vo, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to abandon existing sanitary sewer mains and sanitary sewer manholes and to accept new public water and sanitary sewer mains, sanitary sewer manholes, and fire hydrant assembly for project located at 1621 Inslee Boulevard, also known as Inslee Boulevard Office Building. MWS project numbers 2022 WL97 and 2022 SL 215, and proposal number 2023M150ES-001. We have a motion on this item. Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? Thank you. Recommend approval. All right, up next we have BL 2023-88 by Cap, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public sanitary sewer main and public sanitary sewer manholes for property located at 201B North 11th Street, also known as 11th and Forest Avenue Townhomes. MWS project number 23-SL-126 and proposal number 2023M-152ES-001. Do we have a motion on this one? Properly moved and seconded. Thank you. And any discussion or questions on this one? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any against? Any not voting? Thank you. All right, up next is BL 2023-89 by Gamble and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public sanitary sewer mains and sanitary sewer manholes and to acquire permanent and temporary easements through negotiation, condemnation, and acceptance for 17 properties located along Sugar Mill Drive, Rocky Fork Road, Nolensville Road, Bradfield Drive, and Williams Road in Williamson County, also known as Darcy Subdivision, Nolensville. MWS project number 22-SL-285 and proposal number 2023M-151ES-001. Do we have a motion? So moved and seconded. Thank you. Any discussion on this one? All right, I'll go to Councilmember Allen. Councilmember Allen, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Who's paying for the maintenance this in Williamson County?
Very good question. Do we have... We don't have a district member. Okay. I'm sorry, could you?
If it's our infrastructure, we maintain it.
That's Metro Water Services Director Scott Potter.
Is that a big cost to take on or not a big deal?
It's not really. I mean, it's, we have 3,000 miles of pipe, so it's incremental.
Okay, thank you.
And presumably there would be ratepayers connected to this infrastructure as well.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you, sir. Okay, any further discussion or questions on 2023-89? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any not voting? Thank you. Next, we have BL 2023-90 by Johnston, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to accept new public water and sanitary sewer main, sanitary sewer manhole, and easements for two properties located at 4330C and 4432C Providence Heights, also known as Homes at Providence Heights. MWS projects number 23-WL-48 and 23-SL-108, and proposal number 2023-M-149-ES-001. Do we have a motion on this one? Properly moved and seconded. Thank you. Any discussion or questions on this one? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any not voting? Recommend approval. Thank you. All right, one item left, folks. Thank you. Up next, last item, we have BL 2023-111 by Coupin, Porterfield, Gamble, and Parker. This authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to acquire through negotiations, condemnation, or fee simple purchase a parcel of real property known as 1818 Cement Plant Road for the expansion of biosolids operations. And proposal number 2023 M-013PR-001. Do we have a motion on this one? Properly moved and seconded. Any questions? I see Councilmember Allen. I'll go to Councilmember Allen. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The analysis said that this was appraised at $15.6 million. Do we have a record of what we're paying for it?
We've got folks from Water here. I will recognize if you'd please introduce yourself and respond.
Thank you, Chair. Jim Snyder, Metro Water. And Councilmember, that is an appraisal it was completed by our department for public property. They will use that information upon approval by council, allow us to move forward with trying to purchase this parcel of land.
Back to you, Councilmember Allen.
Thank you. And I know this is important for expanding the biosolids, which is a great thing that we do. Once you move forward, do you come back to us again for final approval, or is this our one pass at it?
I know that the Public Property Division has a policy. I can't remember exactly. There's a threshold of how much more they can go over or not. And if it exceeds a certain amount, then yes, they would have to come back before you. But this parcel is absolutely critical to a very cost-effective way of treating our additional waste as it comes in.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any further discussion or questions on this one? All right, so it's been properly moved and seconded, and no more discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any not voting? All right, thank you. Recommend approval, and that is the last item on our agenda. So thanks, everybody, for sticking with us, and we've got planning coming up next.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.